Start now.
I think when people discuss marijuana and marijuana prohibition, I find it a very interesting and funny concept. I think it's probably one of the most confusing topics that we've ever faced. Prohibition, round one. It was necessary to have a constitutional change in order to make prohibition. Prohibition of marijuana was simply the first layer of red tape ever added to society, where they infiltrated a hemp tax. Investors who were financially motivated by an industrial revolution and coming out with concepts like social reorganization, which were ultimately, in my opinion, the first abuses of real federal power. Henry Anslinger, who was basically the DEA of his time, and his wife's father's brother, Andrew Mellon, he wasn't only his boss, he was also the banker for the DuPont family, as well as being the Secretary of Treasury for Hoover. When you realize that they were coming out with patents on polyester and plastic and, emitting horrible, horrible travesties into our environment, hemp threatened the very patents and future of their industrial organization. William Randall Hearst, it was cheaper for him to cut down 4.1 acres of trees than it was to invest in hemp for paper. It was easy for him to use an institution that he owned to teach the people and to further work on making something illegal. Back in the day, before 1937, everything was about hemp. Our Constitution, the first version, was written on it. The Declaration of Independence itself was written on hemp paper. Our first flag was sewn from hemp. The sails of all of our Navy ships were created out of hemp. The ropes for our Navy ships were created out of hemp. Our government in 1942 even acknowledged, going into World War II, how absolutely quintessentially necessary this plant would be for our financial survival. When these things changed, we gave up an entire industry for our country, and I think that that can signify a lot of things in which are wrong with our country. Every American in the society has to make a decision for themselves and has to ultimately decide if they would like to see this product brought back. And if so, we're going to have to form a PAC to really look into, to really understand the legislature, and to really dissect this product and how to make it work best for our country as a society.